Hi, I'm Sam, and I thought I'd come back here because it's a beautiful spot. It's quite easy to get to. So where I go swimming in the mornings is in the far loch. You can just see it. It was extremely cold this morning. There's snow on the mountains, but it was dead calm. It was like swimming across a mirror. So I'll film my morning swim the next time it snows. So I have a poem to read, of course, and a few thoughts to share. So I wanted to talk about what's been happening over the last couple of weeks, because I realised something maybe 2 days ago, that the nature of my content has changed. It's kind of much more emotional and it's much more raw. And it took me 1.5 years of making these videos to get to the point where I actually realised that a big part of this for me starting the channel, and I think trying to show myself more honestly in each video, was to say, here I am. And it was a need for intimacy, a need to be seen, really seen, not the persona that I'd lived through all my life, or the successive attempts to shape myself for the acceptance of others. It was a need to strip away all of that and say, this is me. And that's probably why I've been so honest in the videos and so raw. So that took 1.5 years for me to get to that realisation that that's what it was about. And so that was about 6 months ago. And then a friend of mine who suffers seriously from complex PTSD has been saying to me for a while that I should look into it. And so I started to do that around the same time. And I realised that, you know, I've had counselling for PTSD before, and EMDR and other methods for dealing with trauma, and they didn't really work. And the more I looked into CPTSD, the more sense it made of it, my entire life. So I reached out to somebody to help me around that time, about 4 months ago. I reached out to somebody who I'm familiar with, who's worked with help people I know. And so I started sessions with them about 3 months ago. And I said to them, during our first session, I said, look, I'm really worried because I don't want to fall apart, because I know that part of what we do in these sessions is to get at the pain. Where is the pain in the body? Because it's held. It's held. And they said to me, well, you're going to have to fall apart a little bit because we need to get at the pain. And only, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago did I realise that since I've been working with them, my content has become much more emotional, more raw, and I have shed so many tears over the last few weeks, like really, really, the most painful tears I've ever shed. And it's been so difficult the last few months. And then, about a week ago, I made a video and trying to speak more clearly about what I didn't know. And then I said it. I said it. I said it to myself, and then I made a video and said it in the video. What was it all about? What was I looking for? In every successive attempt to shape myself into something acceptable, to be wanted, to find a place. Isn't that what we're all doing? And so that was why transition was so successful for me, because I think the way I changed, my sense of self never changed, who I was never changed, but certain parts of me became more exaggerated, and other parts of me that were in the way just diminished. So I was easier to be around, I think. And so transition, the most meaningful part of it was that I was wanted, I was cared for. And I never realised that before, really. I know I've said it in the past, yeah, I was seen. But, you know, the reason I keep retelling these stories and experiences, because the stories are the narrative that makes sense of everything that happened, of the emotions and feelings and pain and longing and hope. But the story is the first layer. What's beneath the story? Beneath the story is everything we feel. So to retell the story is to realise that the story is not really what we need to get to. The story is kind of in the way. And you retell the story and erode and thin that protective layer, that sense-making layer, and then you can get to the pain. So me retelling the same story, trying to make contact with where that pain is held within me, that's what it's to gradually thin that veneer, to wipe it away and then get to the heart of it, to be wanted, to feel safe. So I made that connection over the last week, and I felt shame like I've never felt before. Shame that just, I literally wanted to end my life this week because I felt such shame. I felt such shame. And I had my session with the healer on Saturday, and we talked about it. And they went through the irrationality of feeling shame, needing to be wanted. And, you know, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just been there my whole life, and I didn't even realise it. And that's the mask. The mask, the false persona that shields us from the pain, that pulls us away from our centre and says, here I am on the surface, see this, accept this. All the while, not really connecting to that core pain. And I felt shame about just saying those words, that was behind it all, a need to be wanted. I felt just unimaginable shame. And I wanted to run away. I wanted to delete everything. I felt ashamed at what I just said and shared publicly. I felt a shame that I've never felt before. And last night I prayed. I pray every night. But last night was a plea. A plea to tell me what to do, because I want to run away again. I don't want to do this anymore. It hurts too much. It hurts too much to be so honest, and to make these videos is painful. So I said, you know, just tell me what to do. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. But every time I've wanted to stop and I've wanted to just retreat, I get an email from somebody and they say, thank you, your videos have helped me. And so I carry on, but you know, this is different now. It's not just me trying to work out why I transitioned and what it all meant. This is more serious. And it's very, very painful. And I pleaded with God to just tell me what to do and to give me a sign. And I woke up this morning to a message, a comment from somebody saying, "Thank you, please don't stop making these videos, it's the only support I have at the moment." So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. But it's so difficult now. If we're too scared to feel the hurt, if we're too scared to feel the hurt, then we're not really here. I know I keep saying this. I know I keep saying it. But if we're too scared to feel what sits within us, what drives us, what aches in our heart, if we can't feel that and let it go, then how can we be here? How can we be here for ourselves? How can we be here for anyone else? And if we fear that pain, then we fear the pain in others. We cannot be truly compassionate. We cannot be truly empathic to others if we're too scared to be compassionate to ourselves and to feel that pain. So, no doubt I will be shedding, I will be regularly shedding tears in these videos because that's what I'm doing. I'm feeling the pain. I'm grieving. I'm grieving. And David White, my favourite poet, said, "The only cure for grief is grief itself." We have to grieve. We have to grieve. The loss of a life. The loss of love that wasn't there. The loss of innocence. We have to feed it. We have to grieve before we can be here. And then we can forgive. Really forgive. Forgive ourselves. Forgive those that hurt us. Forgive ourselves for how we treated ourselves over the years to deal with that pain. The cruelty we inflict upon ourselves. The cruelty we inflict upon ourselves when we think that everything is our fault, and when we carry that shame within us and self-hate, and how that manifests. I know how it manifested in my life. Self-hate, like I couldn't even describe. Shame, drug and alcohol abuse, eating disorders, demeaning myself, giving my body away like it meant nothing. So we have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves and feel that sorrow. And then value. And then value ourselves value ourselves. And during my last session with the healer who's helping me, they said to me, "You matter." You matter. You matter more than you can imagine. You matter to God. Not the you that you want to be, or the you that you hate, or the you that you think you are in this moment. The real you. The you that came in as a gift. The you that God made. To be His image in the world. That is the you that is loved. So when we don't value ourselves, when we don't find our way back to ourselves, that self, when we don't find our way back to that, in forgiveness and self-love, then what is our life for? What is our life for? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay. Oh, I need to blow my nose. Oh, God. So, don't worry about my tears either. I know it seems it's heartbreaking to watch someone go through this, but these tears are necessary. We have to grieve, we have to cry it out. So don't worry about me, I'm alright. Okay, a poem. David White, of course. The Journey. Oh, sorry, I just hit the mic. Above the mountains, the geese turn into the light again, painting their black silhouettes on an open sky. Sometimes everything has to be inscribed across the heavens so you can find the one line already written inside you. Sometimes it takes a great sky to find that first bright and indescribable wedge of freedom in your own heart. Sometimes, with the bones of the black sticks left when the fire has gone out, someone has written something new in the ashes of your life. You are not leaving, even as the light fades quickly now. You are arriving. Okay. And to those people, those rare people that write callous, sarcastic, cruel comments, those few, very few, all you do is you reveal yourself in your words. You reveal your own fear, your own anger, and your own inability to feel the pain you carry. So, I'm speaking to those people as much as I am the people that find some kind of solace or help in my videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Maybe I'll film my swim tomorrow morning if it's snowing. Take care.